Welcome to season 1 of Top Crop.
We found out that the ground is alive.
Trying to get done a little quicker and trying to simplify things a little bit.
You know, there's only so much money to go around. I look for big wins.
Yeah, welcome to Top Crop. Wheat harvest. Finally got here. I've been kind of anxiously awaiting this because we're going to double crop some beans in behind this. We actually did some corn too on a really crappy farm that I don't know if the beans would make it. Non-irrigated, really sandy. We do have cattle, so we'll put some corn in, hoping at least get some silage corn. The wheat wasn't awesome. Very dry season for us so far. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. But anyway, we are in some of my drip irrigated ground now. The drip doesn't get out quite far enough. I'm on 60-inch centers. Probably need to, really, if I was going to do it again, I would maybe go on 40s, probably narrow it up a little bit, especially for a crop like wheat. Their root mass doesn't go out near as far. Corn does go out farther, and you do a pretty good job of that on 60-inch centers. But anyway, doing wheat. Say it's been a while since I've had wheat, but I've updated my combine. Got a Deere 780 now, which is really nice to run. I'm enjoying running it so far. So wheat's varies anywhere from 60 to 140 in this particular field, where it's got a little more moisture, where the just a little lower laying areas that hold a little more moisture, that stuff's up around 140. So you can tell moisture really made a difference on the rest of it here, that we just weren't able to get enough water out. But anyway, still pretty good average, 90 bushels, still pretty good wheat crop, so get that, hopefully a double crop set of beans in, and try to be profitable. That's what Top Crop's all about, is trying to show stuff that is profitable. So we're also selling our straw off of this. Generally, I don't do that. Generally, I would either use the straw myself, and then we turn it into manure and put it back on the land. But this straw we're getting a premium for. It's going to a pipeline company that's putting a new pipeline through our area, and they need a lot of straw bales to put back over there on the seeding on all the topsoil that they've been disturbing. So this year it is worth selling it. We'll replace it with other manures, probably corn stalks, some things like that. So anyway, that's what we're doing. July 8th we started on this wheat. We'll get her done. I think it's going to take us about 4 days to do the 200 acres probably, and get it all planted. It's a little bit of a job getting it combined, baled off, bales moved, and planted. And the fields we've been doing within 24 hours, usually when the combine hits it, it's been baled, bales moved, and planted. So that's kind of doing it field by field. Like I say, the corn's already in. We're working on the beans now. So. Double cropping in northern Illinois is not the norm. It is down south. We're not really considered to have a long enough season, but I figure a few tricks and get things going a little quicker, get the right weather. Mother Nature hopefully will help us out a little bit. I think I can pull it off. At least I'm sure as hell going to try. That's what Top Crop's all about. We're planting the beans with our twin row Great Plains versus our 30-inch row corn planter. Hopefully it'll canopy a little quicker. Double crop up here is only going to get well, I don't know if they'll make 2 feet tall or not. We're planting them thicker than we would, you know, during the season. You know, in season we were, you know, 110, 120. I got her set at 180 now. When you're planting double crop and you know they're not going to get very tall, the more plants you can get out there, the more chances you got for more pods, because they're not going to bush a lot when you're planting this late. So you got to get more plants out there, and that's what we're doing.
In the past 3 years, we're 365 GDUs behind schedule. So that is one of our concerns here. You know, if we don't have solar, we don't have GDUs, we don't have photosynthesis, we don't have energy into that plant. So that's where, when you guys approached about Architect and being able to add that on at that V5 time frame, I was really excited for it. Definitely looks like it's doing its job here. I'm excited to take it to yield and see if we can't get it on every acre next year.
Farmers deserve a nitrogen that works as hard as they do, one that stays with the crop until the job is done. It's time to turn to a better nitrogen with Pivot Bio.
Well, so today what I want to do is run what we call Reese-Niven's test. I don't know if you've maybe ran one last year or not, but what it is, it's some in-house field testing that we actually developed, and so what we use are chlorophyll meters, and so in that we're able to determine the chlorophyll concentration. As we know, nitrogen is a very important part of chlorophyll, so being able to go out in the field and test the chlorophyll concentration in the treated plants with Pivot Bio and test that in comparison to the untreated plants. And so also with that, we're doing biomass scaling as well, so we're able to get some wet weights. And then with that, we put those together in a nitrogen performance index. So it's kind of neat. You get some real-time results out there in the field, and you don't have to send it off or anything like that. So it's a really good gauge to determine where exactly those microbes are in the season, and kind of get some, like I said, real-time results out there. So, and I like it too because we can test it a wide range of growth stages. So hopefully we can come back later in the season, kind of see where it's at then. But really excited to kind of get out there and see where the microbes are today and where those nitrogen levels are.
I'm excited to see where we are too. This is earlier than we sampled last year.
Yeah.
We've been getting good amounts of rain, so I would expect that nitrogen levels are going to be good, and I hope our pivot is giving us that extra little layer, at least 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for 40.
Yeah.
But
if
absolutely, we're in that range, it'll be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing to remember is if depending on if any nitrogen was replaced, if we can at least get parity today, that's still a huge win, because we know that we have more nitrogen to go with the microbes. So looking for some positive results. Past few weeks have been really good though, so hopefully keep that going and see some stuff out there. So
I can tell you guys have been out sampling because everybody's got stuff on Facebook. Tate's posted quite a few.
Yeah.
And even like some other states. I mean, stuff's
things have been positive so far.
Take a left here.
Okay.
I guess this isn't a crossroad, but close enough. So this first field isn't necessarily like in check strip through the field. It's the whole field that didn't get pivot.
Okay.
And then just a few miles down the road, same hybrid, same type of ground, pivot there. So this isn't going to be a near perfect, but it's really close, and we both farmed them for a long time.
Okay.
Then this next one we actually can go to and look in a single field here. So
awesome. That'll be good to get a gauge of where things are.
And we had planter issues. This was when he was here filming last, but it sat for, a day. So he just went back in there and planted. I said, just go plant. I said, I'm not putting any more pivot in there because we were down to the end.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it all died within that 4-hour time frame like you guys tested for us, and we should have a check if it died off. So I'd make the best of the problem, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I really just appreciate you guys doing that and being able to see how it's been working on your guys' operation. And everybody uses the product a little bit differently, so we just have to figure out what works best for you guys and go from there. So
Results were good last year. We tweaked a couple things in that info package. Goes straight here.
And you guys were using some carbon sources, weren't you?
Yeah, we've went to more of a humic source, that Upward by Ag Explorer. Data we've seen showed that the humics were working a little bit better at feeding that microbe than just sugar. So we swapped our sources and are just kind of playing around with the whole blend to get nitrogen, but also, eliminate early season stress that plant has to go through.
Yeah. And I think, in that early season stress we saw kind of getting out there, we did notice that I think in some of those treated fields with Pivot Bio, it kind of allowed for a little bit better root development and stuff to kind of, get down to that moisture. When we went through those few weeks of drought, it was kind of tough, but I think it kind of showed that
right here,
that product.
There's somebody else's field here. Go up to like this white barn.
Okay, sorry.
Up here, no, you're fine. I just didn't want to blow past it.
Yeah.
Right where this post starts is the line.
Just right here.
So we can go in here. I mean, it goes over that crossroad too. I don't know.
Okay.
But this is no pivot here.
Okay. Just trying to figure out where I can pull off these.
Yeah, you can right where that grass is level there.
Okay.
Just pull in there.
Farmers deserve a nitrogen that works as hard as they do, one that stays with the crop until the job is done. It's time to turn to a better nitrogen with Pivot Bio.
Fungicide we're using is Veltima, because our 3rd year with it. It's been working great. There has been some tar spot already spotted in northern Ohio. Normally we've already flown all this corn, but we was able to wait until July 26th today. It's already past blister stage, starting to fill out already. We've been able to keep disease pressure away, and Veltima should protect us all the way through the rest of the season.
It's cool that, if there was a time where a planter problem would happen, which it always does, or we get rained out, we replace the product 100%, no cost to the grower. So I think that's something that customers have really appreciated over the years, because those things happen, and there's some things you just can't control. So I really do like that from our company.
Okay, so first pass with 36. So 36 more, and then we'll be out of the pivot.
Yeah, untreated out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could probably right in.
Okay. Dig some more up. I brought the lops out, but we can,
Maybe can you stick those? Well, then we'll lose them. We'll be able to
use
see.
This as a marker. Yeah, I'll stick it up.
And we should be able to see in here. Should drop a pin so we find it back. Kind of even-ish. Oh, we're on a tire. Mark.
Oh no.
Abandoned. Abort. Abort.
Abort that.
God.
Pack it down.
Who wasn't paying attention? Oh, it's hard. It's gonna be shallow. Better than
Another earthworm.
Yay, it's a baby one.
It's a little one.
This is a pretty tough field. One of the toughest. Hilly. Ah! No, not deep enough.
Earthworm.
That tells a big story.
Yes, it does.
Try to film it up close so that everybody knows.
Yep. It's what you're looking for. Like I said, you know, experiencing some stress early in the development stages, you know, it's really great to see how it still build a great system, and it's going to continue to dig down and find that moisture. And yeah.
Ooh, long one. Number 5.
We're doing a test here?
Yeah, we'll do one more. Do one more of the untreated, which we don't have to, you know. More the better. So I'd say we do, because we have a true side by side out here in this field.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be great if we did. If you're all right with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a better. The last one is good. This is better.
Yeah.
This corn's just not as good.
In the past 3 years, we're 365 GDUs behind schedule. So that is one of our concerns here. You know, if we don't have solar, we don't have GDUs, we don't have photosynthesis, we don't have energy into that plant. So that's where, when you guys approached about Architect and being able to add that on at that V5 time frame, I was really excited for it. Definitely looks like it's doing its job here. I'm excited to take it to yield and see if we can't get it on every acre next year.
We've really been fine-tuning our in-furrow program over the past couple of years and running some products that are really making a difference with this early season root growth. So we love our Pivot Bio, using that product number 1, and then we're adding some things to not only feed that Pivot Bio, but feed the corn plant as well. So some sugar sources, a carbon source, just trying to get these little plants off to the best start we can get them.
Fungicide we're using is Veltima, because our 3rd year with it. It's been working great. There has been some tar spot already spotted in northern Ohio. Normally we've already flown all this corn, but we was able to wait until July 26th today. It's already past blister stage, starting to fill out already. We've been able to keep disease pressure away, and Veltima should protect us all the way through the rest of the season.
I'm gonna say probably not. Actually, this is 60-64 because I looked this morning. Just kidding. Gosh, that's a good problem. And dump him.
Don't forget the cutters.
Found him.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's smarter than a lot of people use like an iPad.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man. We're definitely seeing some good results, differences where we use that Pivot Bio. I mean, they're just setting themselves up to be monster plants. Really, really good underground growth there. So
Yeah.
I, hope we keep progressing through the season and we set some really good looking ears.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut at the base, and then we're gonna get the chlorophyll concentration and get a biomass of each plant, put that together in what we call our nitrogen performance index. That'll crunch all the numbers, and then we'll get a final reading in hopes that the Pivot Bio has a higher nitrogen content. You know, looking at this, we'll be in great shape, but excited to see the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite part about it is it's breaking it down from a nitrogen standpoint. So, you know, there's a lot of other things that go into yield and producing a crop, but to be able to make, you know, break it down from a nitrogen standpoint in the season is really, really neat. So I really like that.
We are spread out over 7 counties, so we get a lot of variability in soils, and we're seeing Pivot Bio work in every soil type that we're putting it on. And that was something we really looked at when we started testing the product. You know, is it necessarily going to give us more in one spot than the other? But there's nowhere I wouldn't use it. It's going on every acre for us because we're seeing the results and we're raising good corn.
You guys do a great job out here.
The farmer in me, you know, there's only so much money to go around, so
Yeah.
I look for big wins. I want wins, you know, like this visually looks fantastic. I mean, wins that I know what I'm putting out there is working, it's ROIing, I mean, it's giving me more bushels in the tank. That's what I'm after. I try to, you know, make everything the best I can with the budget I have and continue to keep this business around for year after year, you know. I nitpick everything, so I mean, there's always something you can improve on in each field, but
there always will be, and there's always something to learn, and every year's a little bit different.
so I do have a list. I don't know if I've talked about the magical list. I can't give out too much information.
This is good.
But so I have the magical list of, you know, what we kind of do to attack issues on farms. So tile's always number one. It rains a lot. We have heavy clay soils. We're blessed with an abundance of water here in Ohio. So tile is one. The best way we can improve the land. Second is always lime. We try to keep our pH in that mid-6 range, like a good 6.5. I have some, you know, that are trending a little bit lower than that, but you know, keeping it up above 6 is what we shoot for. After that, we focus on chicken litter. We are in a really good spot to get chicken manure, so trying to use that as more of a natural source rather than rely on so much commercial fertilizer. So I will never be able to afford enough chicken litter for these acres, but it's a huge priority for us. Those are the main 3.
If anybody's got any questions for the show, feel free to leave us a comment and we'll try to get to everybody we can.
Fungicide we're using is Veltima, because our 3rd year with it. It's been working great. There has been some tar spot already spotted in northern Ohio. Normally we've already flown all this corn, but we was able to wait until July 26th today. It's already past blister stage, starting to fill out already. We've been able to keep disease pressure away, and Veltima should protect us all the way through the rest of the season.
Farmers deserve a nitrogen that works as hard as they do, one that stays with the crop until the job is done. It's time to turn to a better nitrogen with Pivot Bio.